Hello, everybody. This is John van der Elzen. We are Iron Union's branch office ICUDA Technology, and we are taking care of the EMEA region. We have today around 300 plus people joining us in this webinar. Let's start and give over to Nathan.
Thank you, John. And thank you to everyone that's showing up. This is a big turnout, and we're excited to show you what we have in store. So without further delay, I'll go ahead and tell you a little bit about the company, and then we could go ahead and jump into the product itself. So Iron Unit itself has been around for about 10 years now, just focusing on research and development and building out the product that you're going to see today. And we are currently in our 4th generation. As of next month, we will be in our 5th generation, 6 years of having the product itself called Vaidio. And what Vaidio is visual artificial intelligence. So that's anything visual. If you could see it with a camera, then Iron Unit can report on it and alert on it. Those applications are, not just security, but safety and compliance, health for these COVID times, and even operational needs. Vaidio can be used to automate processes that are used at your end user sites, and it can help keep them safe and secure as well. Vaidio works with nearly all IP cameras out there and many of the major VMS players. Here's a quick list of some of the top VMS players that we work with. We have true API and SDK integrations with these manufacturers on one level or another. So if we'll take NX, for example. If you're in the NX console, you can receive alerts from Vaidio. You can tap into Vaidio and do the forensic search, or you can have Vaidio as a standalone unit by itself as well. There's more manufacturers that we work with that aren't listed on this, and if you have a project that needs an integration, it'd be no problem for us to build out that integration for you. Here's a list of 15 different categories that we currently have, from video search to license plate recognition, even weapon detection. I think it's easier to explain it this way. If you look over to the left, we currently have people and objects, nearly 50 different objects, from cell phones and backpacks to detecting weapons, and all of the filters from the quantity of those objects to even the color of those objects as well. We also have people analytics. Our facial recognition was ranked top 3 by NIST as most accurate in the world. We could do facial recognition. We can do a person's behavior, if they're crouching, if they're laying down. We can detect their demographics, if they're male or female. We could detect their age range as well, if they're 40 years old, let's say. You can also get the statistics of people coming in and out of multiple doors and how that relates to the overall occupancy of the building. We also have a category for vehicles. We can take a standard IP camera and turn it into a state-of-the-art LPR camera, which we'll go ahead and show today. That's the main point of this webinar, is to show you all of the LPR analytics. We can take a standard IP camera and give it all those capabilities. Some of those capabilities are license plate search. We could detect the vehicle's make, and we could also detect the vehicle's model as well. And there's more advanced analytics, the statistics of the vehicle. We could also detect when a vehicle comes into a zone, and when that vehicle is at a complete stop, we can count the dwell time for an illegal parking situation, something similar to a meter maid. And I think our bread and butter is our specialized applications. If there is a particular analytic that your project needs, we could build that out for you as well. Some of those applications are construction. We could detect hard hats and safety vests. In hospitals, we can detect wheelchairs. In retail, we can detect heat maps and produce those results for you. We actually have a retail manufacturer that wanted to detect the capacity of shopping carts and which brand of power tools were in that shopping cart. And if it approaches a certain limit, to send out that alert to customer service and to security. We could also detect smoke and fire before a fire breaks out. We were one of the first providers of weapon detection for DHS. We could detect knives, handguns, and rifles. In one category, we decided to break off all by itself is our social health analytics for these COVID times that we're in. We could do face mask detection, the PPE face mask, even the decorative designed colored face mask. We could couple that with facial recognition and still have world-class accuracy and detect if a person had a mask on or not. We could still get a great read of their face from all the different dimensions of their face. We can do social distancing if somebody's in a couple meters of one another. We can do the occupancy of the building and the overall percentage of occupancy of that building or room. We also work with an American manufacturer for our temperature detection and thermal camera. Our thermal application doesn't even need a hardware black body, but we'll go ahead and just drill down on the vehicle analytics right now. We won the commercial monitoring solutions, the new product category at the ISC West this year. This product is great for large applications, enterprise customers, cityscapes as well. And you can find out more about that on the SIA website. So some of the features that we offer for the LPR, you can search across a map to find, let's say, a white vehicle and where those coordinates are. If you're looking through a city and you're trying to figure out which cameras a car went across, it's very easy to start from this view and then drill down from here. You could track not just the vehicle make and model and the license plate, but you could also do a partial license plate search. If you only know 3 digits of that license plate, let's say ALK, you could type in that credentials and drill down to the scenes within split seconds to find out what vehicle that is and get more details about that vehicle, and then refine your search with that newly found information. So there's also other smart city applications. You can do vehicle statistics, like I mentioned earlier, the flow of traffic, the vehicle counting. Going down one street, you could track the flow at certain times a day. You can do the loitering detection. And also you could branch out. You could think of this sort of as your AI infrastructure for a city. You could do something such as find a lost pet and many other applications, which are very simple to add on at a later date. You could have the searching capability, and there's also the real-time alerting capability. If you have choke points at your city, if there's certain streets with our analytics on it, and you're looking for a hit and run vehicle or a stolen vehicle or an Amber Alert vehicle, you can get that real-time alert in 3 to 5 seconds when that vehicle passes by, and you can see that on a map, or you can see that in the alert dashboard that I will show you in a second. And we'll go ahead and hop into the demonstration now. So we'll go ahead. Here I'm in Google Chrome, and I'm tapped into our server directly that's in our headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut. And in this account, we have cameras and sites and streams from all over the world getting pulled into this site. If your dedicated sections of your portal from facial rec, LPR, statistics, and whatever other engines that you have for that customer, you could find those dedicated sections here. For just today's demonstration, we will show the video search and the license plate recognition. So to begin with the video search, we could go ahead and start with a wide, broad search of just all black vehicles. So you could choose if it's a bicycle, a bus, a car, motorcycle, truck, a military vehicle even, and then you could drill down into the details. So we'll go ahead and start across all cameras. If any scene has a black vehicle in it, it'll populate that result. So there could be more objects in there, but it will at least have a black vehicle in the scene. And you can see one of the first results here. Just in the corner bottom of the screen, our AI is able to detect that there is a black vehicle in the scene, and there's also a black vehicle pulling out over here. It's a black gray vehicle pulling out to the road. This is a street in Taipei, and it's a public RTSP stream. And you can see that on this camera, it's mounted maybe 20 feet in the air. I would say at least 50 feet or more from this vehicle, and it's accurately able to tag, even with another vehicle passing in front of it, that this is a gray-black vehicle. And if you look up top, you can see in just about 6 seconds, there was 100,000 additional results that we're able to look through. So incredibly fast here. And we can drill down a little bit more. Let's say we have a black BMW. You can search make. We have over 200 makes updated every single year. If you search across the scenes, you see any scene that has a black BMW results, and is able to populate this across all of the camera, all of the streams, all that footage in 3 seconds. And you can see there's a variety of BMWs, new and old, large and small. There's no problem bringing that up. And you could even drill down into the make, 200 makes. We have over 2,000 different models. You could see from the 1 series all the way up, even the i8, the new i8s, you can see those in here as well. We'll go ahead and bring up a 5 Series BMW. So any scene that has a black BMW 5 Series in it, and it drilled down the results, about 163 results in 2.9 seconds. You see that there's older BMWs to the newer ones as well. And you could even add another layer to that based on your results. You could say black BMW, say 5 Series, and let's say license plate. Let's say a partial license plate. Let's say 309. See if that pulls up any result. Great. So you can see here, there were 3 results in just a couple seconds. There's a BMW 5 Series going down a road here. It was able to grab based on 309. You can see the license plate was tagged here. 309 was the ending numbers. And if you wanted to just do something such as black vehicle, and let's say 771, you can go ahead and punch that in. So this is all scenes that have a black vehicle in it with 771 and license plate. You can see this is another BMW. It has 771 in it going down the street. You can even see, let's take this one. There's a vehicle going down the street, and you can see that there's 771 in that license plate as well. So this license plate feature, depending on the zone you set up, you could have existing license plates from existing systems, a DMV database. You can create your own list, and then also in real time, this is cataloging license plates for you to search upon at any time. And you can later add this to a list that wasn't already in one, as seen here. So this is the video search function. We could go ahead now and we'll hop over to the LPR section of the account. You have a few different options here. This is the alerting dashboard. So we went through the forensic side of this, the split-second results of searching for a car, but you could also get the real-time alerts, the cataloging of license plates. Maybe you have a restricted zone, or maybe you have a VIP customer or a blacklisted customer, and you want to get that result as quickly as possible. You can see here that these results are piling in real time. It's tagging the vehicle, the license plate, and the color and the make and model as well, if you can see it. And it keeps the real-time catalog going. You can search across your cameras, and you can also do the search that we had earlier just to filter the results if you're looking for something more specific in your alerting category. You can also go over to the history. Maybe you're not looking for the latest, but you want to search for a particular date. Maybe over the weekend, an incident had happened. You could go ahead and search through your cameras again. You can even upload a file and search across that footage. You could pick a particular date, and then you could do the more refined search. As always, we get as granular as you want to, and you could add those results and filter through your history. Making a list, there's a couple different ways you can go about this. You could create a list and you can give it a name, list A, and you can go ahead and save. You can see here, suspicious vehicle, list A, list B, and then you can add cars to that list. The license plate, you could add the list that you're looking for. You could add the owner. Maybe you're working with a homeowners association. And you want more of those details, the subscription, the address, the registration date of that vehicle. And this is one way to go about it. We could also automate this entire process with an LDAP database, just a lightweight directory. You can have that lightweight directory, just put in the access protocol and just put that in right here. And we could connect to an existing system. One customer that we have in particular is a police department. They have this tied in with the DMV records, and the DMV records update into the Vaidio platform every 8 hours. The customer started off with about 37,000 plates of interest, stolen plates, hit and run suspects, and that database is linked up to IronUne, and it's every vehicle that passes by a camera is getting referenced across that database, and every 8 hours it updates itself. And at this point with the customer, the cataloging outside of that list, there's about 4 million plates that police department can search across. That's inside of its storage, and there's no performance issues there. So with that, I know that was awfully quick, but we want to turn this over to the crowd and see if there are any other questions that I can help answer. Jacob, would you mind helping me field those questions?
Yeah, so we have one question from Dave asking about if we have speed detection, and if not, when is that coming?
That's an excellent question. We actually have that in the works for a partner request that's anticipated for this summer, and that'll be available. It'll be a part of our vehicle counting and anomaly event detection analytics, and you'll be able to detect that speed range and get an alert and get the details of that vehicle. If there's a vehicle speeding down the street, you can get the make and model and get the printout of that. Even at the end of the week, if you just wanted a weekly report, maybe this is a homeowners association, you could get that report emailed to the correct people to take it from there.
Okay, and we also have a question asking, what are the camera requirements for LPR? Resolution, frames per second, height mounted, etc.
Sure. Just general rule of thumb, if we just have a high definition camera, and if your eyes can see it, then the camera can see it. Of course, there's more detailed and intricate projects that we come across, military grade projects where there's going to be some sort of math involved, but that aside, just general rule of thumb, if your eyes can see it, then the IronUne can pick up on it.
Great. And so we have another question. Can the LPR be integrated with any VMS like Milestone?
Absolutely. We have an extensive list of current integrations. And if your project is needing integration that's not there, it would be no problem to build that out for you. The typical integration time is roughly 3 weeks or so. And we roll out, this year we're rolling out a firmware update every other month. And so we could get that into the roadmap for you and get that built out and get it rolled out for you, no problem.
And another question is, what is the accuracy of LPR, and is it tried for the Middle East?
Sure. The accuracy is in the high 90s, and it is tried in the Middle East. We have over a dozen different engines in here just for all of our customer needs. We can detect the Middle East is no problem for our solution. We do very well, even in a place like Australia, where there's no standard of license plate. You could say there's different lengths, different characters, different colors of the license plates. And from just being around in the projects that we've had, the Middle East smart cities that we've had, it accurately pick up in those regions.
Awesome. And we also have a question saying, what is the license structure? Is it per server, per camera, or per feature?
Sure. It's per engine. And then that engine is good per stream. So you can link that up with your VMS or the camera stream itself. You can analyze one video stream off that engine at a time. And an engine can be thought of as the feature and the sub features. Let's say vehicle counting and event detection. You get the vehicle counting, you get the vehicle statistics, you get the vehicle occupancy, you get all of that bundled in with our generic video search as well. For one stream, you can turn on all of the features and sub features of that engine. They could all be running simultaneously. And if you wanted to, you could actually run all of our engines on a single stream and turn on all of their sub functions if you would like to. But the way that we sell it is hardware is one cost, and then you have the engines a la carte depending on your needs. Those engines are sold at a one-time cost, and then there's an optional firmware update and warranty of 15% per year to get the latest firmware updates. And that's important because these analytics are always progressing and becoming more accurate. But if you just wanted to keep that engine, we will support it, and you have world-class accuracy, and it could run all by itself.
All right, great. And we just got one more asking, can it work with all types of numbered plates?
Yeah, even to expand on that, we do offer, we could do all types of plates. We also offer an information reader engine where you can read someone's driver's license. We can blur out sensitive information, but we can read numbers and letters off a license plate or any other plate for that matter.
All right. Oh, and it looks like one more asking, how many pixels does the camera need as their recommended amount, or what do you what do you think?
It's recommended to at least have high definition, 1080. I think you get the best results, but you can go higher than that. It'd be no problem.
All right. That's all the questions I see for now. Paul, did Paul want to mention anything about police deployment?
They're actually not able to make it on the call at this time, connectivity issues, but we'll go ahead. You could keep updated with us. We'll go ahead and send out more information after this call. Please subscribe to the AI CUDA and the Iron Immune mailing list. We'll keep you updated, and there's plenty of case stories, success stories, and alike in our partner portals, and we'd be happy to work with you on all of your projects. And thank you for tuning in, and look forward to working with you all.
One last, we have a couple more questions coming in.
Okay, great.
If you don't mind answering, one of them is, can it be integrated with motor vehicle authority systems to use their databases?
Yes, and that brings me to another point as well. So yes, we can work with these authorities, and we can work with their directories and have that updated in real time. And this also brings me to another point that I failed to mention, is that our product, the appliance itself can be on premises, it could be remote. Our software can run in a public cloud. And we also have a edge unit about the size of a new iPhone box that could go inside of a mobile vehicle. So this edge unit can be remote, but it can also be in a moving mobile vehicle, and you can accurately tag license plates. If you have vehicles in a bus lane, the bus can tag that license plate. If you have a street sweeper tagging license plates, or a patrol unit going around the city, you can accurately tag vehicles from the mobile unit.
All right, great. Dan Baker has a question, and he was raising his hand. I'm going to allow him to talk.
Great. Hello, Dan.
No, that was my question about how many pixels is an 8 per scene.
Excellent. Thank you for your question.
All right, and it seems Zach is actually on the call. Zach, are you here?
Jacob, I'm here. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. First off, thank you everybody for attending the LPR webinar today. I hope you guys have found it informative. My name is Zach Pringle. I'm a RSM for Iron Immune in the central part of the U.S. I just want to talk a little bit about a police department deployment that we're working on and having tremendous success. The department came to us because they were struggling with retail theft in their town, people coming in, committing crimes, running out of town. And when they were pulling video footage, they would realize that those license plates were registered stolen. They implemented our LPR at certain choke points within the town, approached us and said, hey, can your system handle if we were to upload the list of stolen plates, which numbered 37,037 initially? They were able to upload that in under 5 minutes. Now, when vehicles are coming into the town with stolen plates, it immediately alerts to dispatch. To date, they have apprehended 12 suspects. They just had one 2 nights ago. A vehicle was stolen north of the city. It came into the town. They were able to apprehend that suspect within 5 minutes of entering the town. The list is updated every 8 hours. It's automatically updated, so they have the most up-to-date list. They absolutely love it. If anybody needs to reach out and wants to know more, certainly feel free to email me. My email is Zack, ZACK.Pringle, like the potato chip, at ironune.com. I'd be happy to engage with you and talk to you more about that, but they are having tremendous success. They started with 42 cameras, and they just placed another order for another 40 throughout the town. So thank you very much and have a great day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. So we have 2 more questions, and then we're probably going to have the webinar come to a close because we're approaching 2:30. The first one is, can the software detect the plates of a motorcycle?
Sure, absolutely. If a motorcycle is going down the street, it'd be no problem to tag that and to tag it as a motorcycle as well. There'd be no issues there.
And then do you have C4I platform, or can we use Vaidio as a command control platform?
We can integrate and push the alerts to that platform. Off the top of my head, I don't believe we have an existing integration. It shouldn't be too difficult. But yes, you can use IronUne to field those alerts and respond to that and see it on a map and carry on your SOP from there. We'd love to work with you on that.
All right. I believe that is it. If you guys want to quickly just answer this poll that I'm about to launch, it's just to see which topic you guys would want to see in the future. And then the call will come to a close, and then thank you all for joining.